We have just a minute before we start, and some of you might be wondering, but one of my favorite oils is, can you read that? doTERRA Balance. It's the grounding blend. It just centers me. So one of my favorites to use, especially when I'm working or I'm doing something that might cause a little stress. I want to make sure that I give my best effort tonight to give you guys what you need. So we're going to get started here in just about a minute. Okay, so welcome. My name is Krista Kehoe. I'm the founder of Wise Balance Lifestyle, and I'm super excited to have you here listening, either viewing in real time because you registered to be part of this session, or catching the replay later. I do that because I know how difficult it can be to get these things on your calendar and to be present in the moment, right? Like maybe you are at work or you've got stuff going on with your family, or you just have other obligations that you need to take care of. And that's totally fine because I've been in that space and I know how it goes. And I still want this to be available to you because you're exactly the person that I was in that type of situation just a few years ago. So welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope that this serves you. And you know, really my goal in doing this is to help you guys see that you're probably just like one step away from getting your oils for free. And so honestly, I hesitated to call this training, you know, the business intro for essential oils because that scares people away a little bit. If you are a person who has thought in the past, you know what, I don't have time for that, although it would be nice to maybe bring in a little bit of extra cash, it's too overwhelming. There's too much to do. I can't add something to my plate right now. You are exactly the person I'm talking to tonight. Okay. So I want to show you that you're probably already doing 2 of the 3 steps. And if you just added this little piece, which is really a portion of the piece, you too could be getting your essential oils monthly paid for. Okay. And you would potentially step into the space where you could generate a little bit more earning power. Totally up to you. Some people want to do that and want to go in that direction, and others are 100% happy getting that box of joy delivered to their doorstep each month and having it paid for, covered. Okay. So again, I started this business kind of the very beginning was almost 4 years ago, and essential oils have not only paved a path to enhanced health for me, but they've opened a world of possibilities in terms of basically working the way I want to work and working in my zone of genius and really enjoying what I do on a daily basis. So it's really allowed me to maximize my time, my life, and to align more closely with my priorities, which, you know, I've always felt kind of that tick-tock of the clock. Like we have a limited time, and I've really always had a lot of different interests and spaces where I wanted to spend time. And when you're working a full-time job the way I was before, there just isn't a lot of space for that. So I'm really grateful that I was able to maybe like kind of slide into this type of work. I didn't even really know it existed. Okay. But I do know. And if you want to know more, I can invite you to the next advanced business class, because this is really just bite size. Okay, you guys, this is just like basic steps, baby steps. So there are 2 things that I believe you guys already have. If you're here and you're listening to this, my assumption is that you're already an essential oil lover like me, and you are using essential oils on a regular basis. You probably really love them and know that they can solve a problem. Okay. You've probably used them in multiple ways. You might even have a wholesale account already, or you're thinking about getting one, or maybe you'd really like one, but you can't quite figure out where that extra money to get that account would come from, or how you would generate the additional income to pay for that. And I just want to say, before I go any further, the things that I order on a monthly basis are not inventory, okay, for a business. These are things that I either use to demonstrate, okay, or to kind of like find out how they work and understand them better, or they're just simply things, products that I would be buying elsewhere in a different form, but I happen to be able to get them through the company that I have an essential oil account with, doTERRA. So examples, just so that you know, on my monthly order, I generally will have every other month all my skincare. I would be buying that someplace else if I wasn't getting it from doTERRA. I love the fact that it's natural. I love the fact that it is essential oil infused. Okay, so I'm getting a dose of that. I also get a lot of my cleaning supplies through them, which I just use one product called On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. I would be getting that someplace else. Same thing with the foaming hand soap that I use, which it also has added immune support in it. I get that on a monthly basis. Of course, I get other spa products and a facial scrub and some body butter, shampoo, conditioner, things like that. My multivitamins, my supplements. And then, of course, I'm always, needing an extra bottle of like Balance or On Guard, Copaiba, different oils that I'm using for different things. And I go through them at different rates. So on a monthly basis, my order contains different stuff. Okay. And I'm able to change that monthly. It's a very intelligent way to order. It's efficient. And I just remember to change it the first or second of each month. It's delivered about a week later. And I have what I need. So it's efficient and time saving, as well as being basically the way that I started my business. Okay. So kind of cool. And it's covered. It's paid for. So there are two things that you need, okay, before you start a business. And, I want you to know that you already have the first one, which is belief in your product, or you wouldn't be using essential oils. You wouldn't be sitting here listening to me, right? So you've got that, they work, you know that they're effective. You're probably a big fan. Okay, cool. Me too. The second thing that you need is to be solving a problem for people. Okay. People have to want what you have. And the reason why people want essential oils is because they do solve a problem. They solve lots of problems. Some problems that I could put out there would be things like body aches and pains, or the ability to focus or inability to focus, or stabilizing moods, or supporting your immune system, cleaning more naturally, reducing toxic load overall, disinfecting, they're just, I could go on and on, right? I've got a library full of books here and we could go there, but we don't have to. You guys know you're using them. Okay. And if you don't know, I'm happy to talk with you about all the things that they can do. But there's a third thing that you need in order to have a business. Okay. And that is that aside from a belief in your product and knowing that it can solve a problem and actively doing that for people, you have to be educating people. Okay. You have to be connecting with people. And that's where some people get a little bit stuck. Okay. That's where a lot of people aren't taking this to the next level and say getting your order paid for. But it's the piece that you can do. I promise it's not hard. And you're really already doing all the steps already, but you're missing one thing. Okay. So I'm going to get to that. So I believe that when you love oils and you're using them in your everyday life, like you have a lifestyle that incorporates them, you should be getting them for free. And the reason why is because that's the model that's available to you. There's no reason for you to think of that as an expense, right? Like those products I was talking about before are things I would buy anyway, someplace else, but I happen to buy them through my wholesale account and I happen to get them paid for, and you can too. And that's what I want to teach you tonight. Okay. And I just want to show you that little piece that you can tweak so that that can happen for you. Kind of cool. So there are three things, like steps, that kind of go in that space, okay, for how exactly you're going to do that. So here it is. You need to be placing a 100, we call it PV, loyalty rewards order. That means, in layman's terms, $100 in oils a month. Okay, anyone who is getting a paycheck through doTERRA is placing a monthly order such as that. Now, in my advanced business course, I talked to you about why you would actually place a 125 PV order or a 150 PV order. There are some good reasons, including free products and maximizing bonuses, but we aren't going to deal with that tonight. We're talking about minimums, basics, and making it easy. Okay, so 100 PV loyalty order monthly. That's easy. Okay, because you'd be buying that stuff anyway, whether it's over-the-counter support for your body, or it's multivitamins, or it's face care, or it's oils, you'd be getting it anyway. So you're already doing that, okay? Let's assume you are if you're not. The second thing that you need to do is simply, you're already doing it, love your oils. Live a lifestyle that includes them. Move into that holistic realm. And it doesn't mean that you have to be all natural all the time. And I tell this to people all the time, like, be real, you guys. Like, nobody's perfect. You don't have to be full bore oils. Like, look, if some of it isn't for you, or if you're like, yeah, when I get a headache, I actually use, whatever, ibuprofen or an over-the-counter remedy, and that's what you do, just be honest about that. That's fine. Okay. But if there are things that work for you with the oils, whether that's emotional support or immune support, or, whatever the case may be, then that's kind of the stuff that you're going to share with people. But the more you grow your lifestyle around the oils and the more products you're familiar with, the better able you will be to solve people's problems using the oils. Okay. And that's the piece. That's the piece that we're going to get to in just a minute, because step 3, so step 1, place your 100 PV loyalty order. Step 2, love your oils, keep doing it, use them in your everyday life. Step 3 is educate people, offer the oils to them. A lot of times you'll hear that called sharing the oils, okay? But what you're really doing is just showing people how to incorporate them into their lifestyle. And then kind of the point B of that is offer them an account. Show them how they can get the oils at a wholesale price through you. That's it. Okay. You don't have to have like a website and a Facebook business page and be teaching classes left and right and, traveling all over, or, being an Instagram superstar. You don't have to do any of that. And that's what I want to take 10 steps back from, because I think sometimes people see that at the upper levels of this business and it's intimidating, or it can be, or you're just not there, okay, or you never want to go there, and that's okay. The key thing about this as a business is literally the 3 steps I talked about: placing the order, loving your oils, educating others. That is the business. That is the business. That is what it is meant to be in its most simple terms. And you can actually get your monthly order paid for just doing those 3 things. So I want to start by I just laid that out, right? Like, that's it. That's the basics. So I want to talk about educating people and what that means. Like, what does that look like? So you're a person who connects with other people in some way. So here's an example of me connecting with someone. And this can happen in all different ways. But remember how I talked about solving a problem? Well, remember, I use the oils in all different ways in my life every day. Like, literally from the time I get up in the morning, even while I'm sleeping at night, I'm using the oils. So that full 24-hour cycle, there's some exposure to oils. And not to make me sound like a fanatic, but here's how, okay? Like, in the morning, I get up, let's say I wash my face using an oil-infused cleanser, okay? Or maybe I use some body scrub in the shower that has oils in it. Or I'm using the toothpaste, the On Guard toothpaste, which also supports my immune system, the laundry detergent, the On Guard cleaner concentrate I'm wiping my counters down with. I'm taking my supplements, my lifelong vitality supplements, and with my breakfast. Maybe I am putting a drop of balance on my feet in the morning, or going to yoga and using the yoga blends. Maybe I am diffusing passion and whisper in my workspace to inspire me. Maybe I'm using copaiba to calm my nerves. Okay, so there are all these things going on. And then maybe at night I'm throwing some serenity and coriander in my diffuser to support a really restful night's sleep. So when I'm talking to somebody just, in life, and they tell me things like, I'm having a difficult time sleeping at night, I wish I could find a solution, I share with them what I know, right? Like I say, coriander is known for its calming effects. Have you ever considered a natural solution or a natural support? Is that something you're open to? And if they're open to it, I might let them try some, or we might move into the next step, which is talking more about getting a wholesale account. This morning, this happened. A friend of mine is doing a big event tonight. She's teaching, and she texted me this morning and said, I feel like I have an infant again. I'm exhausted. She said her son had been sick with nausea, and he wasn't feeling well all night, and she was up every couple of hours, and she was just totally wiped out and also concerned. So she was tired, but also concerned that whatever virus he had was going to spread through the whole house to her daughter, her husband, and her. And I said, well, I think she has the oils already. Actually, it helped her get an account, but I shared with her what she could be doing to support immunity. So for her son, for the nausea, we talked about using a digestive blend on his belly to help calm that down. We talked about using On Guard, which is a protective blend to support immunity in the diffuser for the whole household to be breathing and getting support with, right? I talked to her about On Guard Plus soft gels that she can take internally, her husband can take internally whenever they're exposed to stuff like this and they want to try to stay well so they can be the support in the family. I told her about a special blend I do. I'll share it with you guys, which is called Floom, Floom. It's frankincense, lemon, oregano, On Guard, melaleuca, 2 to 3 drops of each of those in a teeny little shot glass of water down the hatch. And when I start feeling myself getting that scratchy throat or that really worn down feeling, or I just know that I've been exposed to something that is not where I want to go, I will do that. And for a day or two, like 3 times a day, I might do that and I'll be fine. I know I can stop it. And so by living that lifestyle, I have solutions at hand when people are talking to me that I can share with them and say, this works, or this works for me, or here's what I would do. And I usually will preface that with, are you open to natural support? Or are you open to essential oils? Or do you currently use essential oils, right? And if someone says, no, I'm not interested in that, I know that's not for them. That's okay. There's no pressure. Move on. Okay. In fact, I have a friend who was not open at all to any natural solutions. And then we vacationed together and she fell in love with them because she could see what I was doing every day and it made sense to her. A lot of people don't know what to do till they see you doing it or you impart some of that knowledge. So anyways, my point is with that, I know I kind of got convoluted, but when you see that there is something you can help with, you can offer a solution and then you can show that person how to get their account through you, which I'm going to show you in just a second exactly how you do that. Because for most of you, that is the only missing piece. You're already placing a monthly order. You're already loving your oils and living a lifestyle. You're probably already telling people how amazing the oils are. The piece you're probably not doing is saying to them, I can help you get a wholesale account and I would love to be the person who helps you get started with that. If you're open to that, I can show you how. Okay. And so there are just so many other places in our lives where we're doing that. And I want to show you that this is not that much different. For example, when I find a brand of shoe that is super comfortable, like I used to run more, I don't run so much anymore. I swore by Brooks running shoes. They were the only shoes that I could wear on a regular basis and not end up with plantar fasciitis. It's what worked for me. Okay. So whenever someone would tell me that they were struggling with plantar fasciitis or foot pain, from running or being athletic, I would be like, have you tried Brooks? Oh my gosh, they're wonderful. And I never got paid a dime for telling people about Brooks. Okay. Another great example, we do this all the time with restaurants, right? Somebody says, I'm starving. We really want to find a nice place to go out. I happen to really love Thai food, and there's an amazing restaurant just down the street from us called Exotic Thai. And so if someone says to me, we're looking for a good place to go out, I might say something like, do you like Thai food? And if they say yes, or I'm open to that, then I would say to them, you have to try Exotic Thai. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite restaurants. Last year I ate there 4 days in a row, whatever. Okay, it's true. So my point is that, Exotic Thai doesn't pay me to give them recommendations, but I do it anyway because it solves a problem for somebody. It's something I love, right? And I'm excited about it. And I'm connecting with people and talking with them anyway. Happens to benefit Exotic Thai. So my point is, you already love your oils. You're already living the lifestyle. You're already talking to people about them. I know you are, because you're connected to people and you care. And the only piece you're probably not doing is helping them get their account through you. Okay. So here's how to do that. If you have somebody who says, yes, I'd like to do that. How do I do that? What do I do? You want to know how to do it. So I'm going to share my screen with you. You would, let's see if I can go there. You would log in to your doTERRA account. This is the screen that you would see. You can see I have a scheduled loyalty order. Right now it's set for 135 PV. I always change that before I place my next order. It's set for the 9th of October. There's a reason I do that, and I usually do 150. But that's not what I want to show you right now. I want to show you, I'll go up here to my back office. Okay, and I can go right under here under Wellness Advocate Services to register a new wellness advocate. So when someone does want to get started, I want to help them get started through me. Like, you want to help them get started through you. So you log in and you do this. And it's simple, super, super simple. So it'll ask you things like what language, what country. Okay, so if the person speaks English and it's United States, then we hit continue. And then, just like shopping online anywhere, you're going to fill some basic information out. They can choose to either be a wellness advocate, like I am, right? Or a wholesale customer. It's the same, except only a wellness advocate can help people get started. So if you're a customer and not an advocate, you have to upgrade your account. It costs you nothing. It's just a button you press in your back office. And before you do that, reach out to me, because I want to tell you some things to make your life easier and to make this more efficient for you, because you actually have some options at that point too. Okay. And then if you're the one signing them up, your name and stuff will pop up here to link them to you, and you hit continue, which I can't do right now because I didn't fill all that out. And then basically it's just going to continue with helping them choose what kit they start with. I usually just tell them home essentials kit. It's the 10 foundational oils. We go from there. But they can even do like a $35 yearly fee and then start with like any oil they want. Or of course there are kits that go up to like over $2,000, and there's one other kit below, maybe actually two, but there's like a family essentials kit. But I just keep it simple. I'm like, you need the 10 foundational oils. It's the basis for everything. It's where we start. And then I educate them on that. They can add other products. They review their order. They choose their shipping method. You help them put in their payment. That's it. Okay, so this is not difficult. This is just, like shopping online for anything. The other option I'm going to show you is if you wanted to give them your link, it's mydoterra.com. For me, it's /Krista Kehoe. For you, it's / whatever you're registered as in your doTERRA account. And so you can just send them here. You'll have a replicated website just like this, except my picture won't be here. You can put yours in. It'll have your name there. And then they have two options. They can shop right here, which is purchasing retail, or they can click become a member. And if they do that, which is the most intelligent way to buy, they get 25% off because that's a wholesale account. Okay, so if you clicked on that, it tells them the benefits, and then they can go ahead and they can start the process. Sign me up. Okay, and here, by the way, you become a member for free with the purchase of a kit. So it waives that $35 for them when they start with a kit. And here's the Home Essentials kit. But look, they can arrow through and see if there's a different kit that they want. Like, it's so simple. Okay, so if you just want to give people your link, you can do that too. So again, I like that. Whoops. I like that Home Essentials kit because it's a really nice starter with the 10 foundational oils and a diffuser. And I tell people to add fractionated coconut oil. And then I actually have a space online where I educate on those 10 oils. So I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. All right. So that's like maybe the hardest part of the whole thing, because you're already placing a monthly order, you're already living the lifestyle, you're already talking to people and solving their problems. You just might not be offering them the opportunity to start with a wholesale account through you. That's the only piece missing. And so what I'm saying is you could be getting your monthly order of essential oils and oil infused products paid for if you just add that one piece. And it's really no extra time. You're having a conversation with somebody and then you're helping them buy something. It's like go shopping with a friend, right? That's all it is. Okay, I want to just make sure I covered what I wanted to cover there. Okay. So you guys, that's like the end of part one, okay? And really, I shouldn't go any further, but we're so far ahead. Like, I'm trying to be as efficient as I can with this. We'll call that like part one of the intro to business. And if that's where you want to be and you just want to get your oils for free, that's what you do, okay? And you might be connecting with one person a week. You might be connecting with one person a month. You might be connecting with 12 people. I don't know what your social circle is or how influential you are, or you know, how much you talk to people about this. So that's the piece. That is the variable that will determine how long it takes you to get your oils paid for. But you make 20% every time you sell to somebody new. Okay. And then there's a whole other, like, I could go through the whole compensation plan with you, but not here, not on this call. So that's like our advanced call. Okay. Advanced business. So you don't even need to worry about that, but you get paid weekly for new accounts that you help start. So new friends that you bring in to the company in order to help them get their problem solved with essential oils. Pretty good, right? Okay, then there's other components to that. So let's say that you start getting your essential oil order paid for on a monthly basis and you get excited about it. You see the potential. You realize that, like I did, this is sustainable. It's a viable business model. It's not weird. Like when I started, I was like, what is network marketing? And like, you know, is this a pyramid scheme? And just for the record, a pyramid scheme would have like no product. So the fact that 90% of people who sign up for an account are just doing it to get products tells you this is super real and viable and legit. Okay. So yeah, only 10% of the people who sign up through me decide to do this in any form as a business. And then about 10% of them actually do it. Okay. So that's kind of cool. I just want you to know it's easier than that. Don't have to make it that hard. So let's say you see the potential, you love getting your monthly order for free, and you're like, hey, I wonder what it would be like to take this to the next level. What if I made enough money monthly to pay for my car, or have, you know, a college fund started for my kids, or start a vacation fund for my family, or gosh, there's always been this thing I wanted to do. or a place I've wanted to go, or whatever, or you just want to add more financial stability to your life. Okay, what if? What if? So dream a little, right? If that's the case, there are ways to connect with me to grow your business. I mentor women to do that. And it's a great reward to see that happen for people, okay? But there are three options that I kind of start people out with that you want to look at. So the first option would be, you think you're interested, but your time is super limited and you just don't think you can take on one more thing, but you do kind of want to start growing your business and you want to see where this could go. So you refer people to me. I help you get them started and I place them with you, which basically means you make that money. Okay. They're your customers, but you've referred them and I'm helping them. Okay. Another form of that would be you tell me, I don't actually want them to be my customers, but I want to refer them to you because I know that you can help them. And then I actually offer a pretty generous referral, like prize. It's like a little referral system I just do personally with people, for people who say, I don't want to do the business at all, but I know the oils work and I want you to help them. So I will also do that. So that's an option, right? Either referring and helping you build your business at the same time, or you refer and you're like, I'm actually not building a business, but I'd love that referral kickback. Cool. Okay. So that's an option. Second option is you decide you want to take a little bit more ownership and you decide that you're going to host a training, a class, a meetup, whatever you want to call it, let's say once a month. And you choose the location, you invite the guests, and because they're your contacts, when they do sign up, if they choose to get a kit, if they choose to start with essential oils, you will be paid that money through doTERRA, because what I do is I either come to you on site or like this virtually, and I teach everybody there about, what are essential oils? Why would you start an account? Why would you buy these essential oils? Which essential oils would you start with, right? Like those 10 foundational oils. How do you use them? What would you do next? I keep it pretty simple. It's pretty efficient. I taught for 20 years, so I like to think I can do a pretty good job with it. So I teach your classes either virtually or in person. And then those people who decide to start, we start them through you. So you make the money. And yes, the model is set up so that you get paid and I will get paid too, but it's set up so that you receive that bonus. And that is the authentic way to do this business, because those people are your contacts. Okay? It's network marketing, your contacts. Third option, if you decide that you want to go further with this, is you become what we call a builder. I like to call it a business partner. Sounds more professional and less weird. But basically what that means is that you choose how many hours a week you want to put in. It might be 5, it might be 10, it might be 20. You might, I don't know, you might surpass me, who knows. Whatever that is, you decide, how much time you want to put in, what your level of commitment is. I mentor you and show you how to go ahead and move forward with business. And you learn to teach your own classes and you learn to lead your own team and basically do what I'm doing on whatever scale you decide is appropriate for you that fits your life. Okay, you own your business. So those are 3 options, all with different levels of commitment and time. Okay, so maybe getting your oils paid for is plenty for you, and that's where you want to be. Or maybe you decide you want to do more. So you have every option under the sun here. There's no time limit. There's no pressure. You do it the way you want to do it. What I have learned is that when people do something that's in their zone of genius, their way, it's sustainable for the long term. They don't burn out. They love it. And when you're doing it for reasons that light you up, you stick with it. Okay. And so like for me, I really started my business in order to have more time with my family, which if you follow me at all on social media or we're friends, you know me in person, my family is super important to me. So that makes sense, right? I wanted more time with my family. I got it. I'm more flexible. But the other thing that I'm super passionate about is my time with horses, right? It's like a huge lifelong interest I've had. And like having an interest like that is super time consuming and it costs money. So I wanted to find a way to have more time to spend doing that and to have more money to do it in a way I felt good about. So yeah, those are kind of a piece of my why. It goes deeper and we could talk for a long time, but I have learned over the past almost 4 years that this business model works and people can see success with it in ways that they didn't even know were possible when they started. But sometimes when people start, they get a little stopped because they see people at the top right away, you know, doing all the things maybe really quickly. And that can just feel a little disempowering. And if you just back up a few steps and start with what this business is meant to be, okay, it's about you being empowered, being healthy, being able to access solutions that are natural to support your health and your family's health, and then living that and then sharing it with people who you connect with, and then you help them start. Okay? And here's where it gets even bigger and more powerful and still stays super simple. Let's say you just wanted to get your oils for free every month and you just showed 3 people how to do that, who really genuinely wanted to continue to do that, who then wanted to show 3 people. If you could do that, you would build an amazing business and your abundance through the business would grow even bigger. Okay, and you touch a number of lives that you probably never could have imagined. That is what I have experienced. And so I just want to say, just let me make sure I didn't goof anything up here or forget anything. I don't think I did. I love to keep these pretty short. So I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for being a fellow oil lover. I think that the way that oils can support our health is critical. Honestly, at this point, if you look around at our healthcare system, like I'm super grateful that we have the gifted doctors and the technology that we do, but I also fully recognize that within the system, there are some flaws. And if you don't take charge of your own health, there aren't a lot of people really looking out for the details for you. And so I really believe that the oils are one way to open that self-awareness, to be more proactive and less reactive. And it's a step into a healthier life for so many people. But it's not just about the health, right? Like we're helping our friends, our families to be healthier at the same time. But we're also creating opportunities to connect with people in meaningful ways. And for me, it was this door to be able to align my daily life with my priorities. And that has been a huge gift. So thank you for being here. If you have questions about how this works or how to do it, or I always appreciate referrals. If you know someone who's a perfect fit to work with me and you're like, it's really not something you want to do, but you know someone who does, I always appreciate referrals. It's a small world and that can be a beautiful thing. Okay. And that's it. If you have questions, you can reach out to me either on Facebook or my email is Krista, Krista, at wisebalancedlifestyle.com. And if you want to go deeper with this and you're thinking, okay, I want to know more, like, what does it mean to start my business? I'm going to be offering an advanced business builder session like this, short and sweet. And I'm going to show you some of the techniques and things that I do in order to grow my business faster and to get bonuses more efficiently and to not waste efforts. Okay. So that's it. Have an enjoyable evening. And if you're catching this on a replay somewhere, I encourage you to reach out to me and we will catch up. Talk to you soon.